Okay, so for this first one, we're gonna go over here to images, and I put in arrow with hearts. I'm gonna choose this one here. I'm gonna go over here to this rotate, and I'm gonna change this to 45. I'm gonna close this out. Okay, what you wanna do next is get shapes, get a square, and you're gonna take this square and then you're just going to place it on both sides of the heart. So I'm gonna duplicate this, put it on this side of the heart, and then I'm just gonna highlight this side here and do slice. Highlight this side over here, do slice again. So then I'm gonna move this down so that I can take the slice part. Gonna highlight these and delete these out. All right, so then I'm left with this. What I wanna do now is duplicate this. And then for this one, I'm gonna go to contour, and I'm gonna take out the front and end of the arrow and just leave the heart. I'm gonna duplicate it one more time. And then for this one, I'm going to contour. I'm just gonna leave the front part of the arrow. And then for this one, contour, I'm gonna leave the back part of the arrow. Okay, so then you should be left with each piece individually so that you can line them up. So I'm just gonna create some space here. We can do the lining up after we add the wording in. So then I'm gonna go over here to text, and my text is already selected for the one that I want to use, but I'm just gonna go and show you guys what this text is. So I went over here to my fonts, and I have these fonts that I added myself, and so I'm gonna be using this one right here. I'm gonna duplicate it so I have two. All right, so then I'm just gonna type in the text I wanna use. So I'm gonna do hugs. And for this one, kisses. And then I'm just gonna size it to a point where it looks like a good size in comparison to the heart, and line it up. Hey, honey. And then for this one, I'm gonna take this here and I'm gonna line it up there so that I know that it's lined up correctly. And then I'm just gonna use my arrow key to move it so that it's lined up perfectly. So it's at a point that I like on that side. I'm gonna adjust this one as well on this side. Again, I'm gonna take this and line it up. And then I'm gonna use my arrow keys to move it to the left side of the hugs. All right, so they both look good. They look like they're in the place that I want them to be in. And I might move this one just a little bit. Okay, so then what you do is you're going to highlight this one side here, and you're gonna hit slice. You're gonna undo.
You missed that bit.
Then you're gonna highlight this area right here, and you're going to push slice. You're gonna highlight this area here, slice, and then this area here, slice. And the reason why you're doing this is because there's these little pieces that you see here that are kind of sticking out, and you want to remove those. So then you're gonna take each area. So I'm just gonna go to the words itself now. I'm gonna go here to contour, And then I'm going to take out all the parts that I don't want to be there. So these little parts here.
I like it.
All right.
This is hard. And they're the same.
All right, so then I'm going to do the word on this side. I'm going to hit contour again and just take out the little pieces that I did not want there. All right, and then you're just going to highlight this whole thing. And then you're going to go down here to this combine and hit weld. And then you have your combination of your image with your words. So this one turned out really cute. It's a little different than the one I did up here, but that I'm just showing you guys the steps to make it. So you guys can adjust it how you see fit. All right, so I'm going to hide these. And the next one that I'm going to work on is this one. So in this case, the word is going to be incorporated into the heart here. So what you want to do again is go over here to the images and grab one that has the outline of the heart. So I'm just going to use this one here so that we're doing the same thing here. I'm going to make it bigger. So this one's going to be a little different. So I'm going to get let me move this out of the way. I'm going to get the text here. And in this case, I'm going to type in LOVE. And then let me make it bigger so you guys can see it. If you make it bigger, you can see that it's not connected all the way. So we want this to be connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to ungroup it. So now each one of these letters are its separate letter. So I'm just going to take this L because this is the only one that's not connected. I'm just going to move it over and up. So basically line it up how you see fit. And then I'm going to highlight all 4 of the letters again. And I'm just going to go back up here. And then I'm going to group them back together. So now it's grouped back together. The next thing you want to do is you want to rotate this so that it's going in the shape of the heart. So I'm going to go, actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make it a little bit thicker because it's thinner and this the heart has a thicker border on it. So I'm going to go over here to the offset and I put it in as a 0.05. I'm going to push apply. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight both of these, the offset and the letter itself, and then I'm going to go down here to combine and I'm going to weld it together. All right, so then the next thing you want to do is, like I said before, is go over here to rotate it. All right, so you rotate it until you get it to a place that you like it. So I'm just going to size it down a little bit. All right, so that looks good to me. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight both of these and then I'm going to hit this slice. And then I can remove this from here. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to hit this contour. And then I'm going to delete or remove this arrow part here. And these little pieces. Okay, so let's see. I think I got them all. So I'm just going to move this over, back over here. Uh-oh, undo. All right, so that looks good to me. So that's lined up there. Select this heart again to the contour. I'm going to put this one back in. All right, so then I'm going to duplicate this and then go back to this one, contour. I'm going to remove this one again. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the one that I duplicated, contour. And then I'm going to take all the, so I'm just going to do hide all contours. See, I don't want to do that one. I want to take away this one here. And then all these other pieces. Or you can go over to this area here to select them out as well. Especially since they're so tiny. All right. So then I'm left with this arrow here. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of these little pieces. So I'm just going to get some shapes again over here. I'll just get a rectangle. Okay. And then I'm going to select both these pieces and I'm going to do slice. And then I'm going to delete out the areas that I sliced. I'm going to do the same up here. Highlight both of these. Actually, I'm just going to do a little bit more. Let's see. Looks better. Okay, I'm going to highlight both of these, do slice again, and then I'm just going to delete out what I sliced. Then I'm going to take this arrow and then I'm going to line it up over here. And then I'm just going to move it all the way to the right. All right, and then you adjust it to how you like it, and then you just highlight all your pieces, and then you go over here to combine and weld, and then you have your one piece. So you can make any adjustments that you want so that it looks the way that you want it to. So this is just how you can incorporate letters into your images. So the first way is by just adding it into your image here without having to do any curving or rotations. And then this one is how you can do it if you just want to incorporate it into the actual heart, like an actual shape itself. Thanks you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something new from this. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Take care. Stay blessed.